Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video. We've got some breaking news when it comes to the add-on situation in World of Warcraft. This is a heated topic point for the community, as many consider it to be a massive contribution to the decline of World of Warcraft, or its inability to pick up a significant amount of new players due to the necessity and the mandatory nature of feeling like you need to download all of these different add-ons and weak ores and figure out how to set them up and get them going in order to play. And Blizzard has finally broken the silence on that in this article covered on Icy Veins, which I'll have linked in the description down below. As well as in today's video, we're going to be covering a pet that is coming to World of Warcraft that has a completely new effect that you are absolutely going to want to know about, because it's possibly going to be coming into North American and European regions. And if you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with news related to World of Warcraft, then make sure to smash that subscribe button. So Blizzard in this article has stated that they plan to reduce add-on reliance in future raids. Now, some of the most standout fights that I can recall in recent times were, from Legion with Kill Jaden and needing weak ores and needing hidden timers and needing these spacing add-ons and a whole plethora of things. So this is kind of making me wonder if this means they're going to be reducing the level of difficulty, because it's become basically an arms race between the Blizzard developers and the add-on developers to, constantly have to make something more difficult for an add-on to be able to pick up. So then the add-on has to evolve so that the difficulty is progressing forward and advancing into the future. This may, be sending some signals that difficulty overall is going to be going down when it comes to raids. The senior game director Ian Hazzikostas recently talked to PC Gamer about upcoming Liberation of Undermine raid in 11.1. Hazzikostas emphasized Blizzard's intent to reduce dependency on add-ons like weak auras, which have become staples in the raiding community. Over WoW's history, player sophistication, the prevalence of raiding add-ons have grown hand in hand. Add-ons like weak auras provide players with precise instructions and alters, often trivializing mechanics that designers intended to be challenging. However, this reliance creates a feedback loop. Add-ons simplify boss fights by interpreting big game mechanics. Blizzard responds by designing more complex fights to maintain difficulty. Players are forced to adopt add-ons that handle the increased complexity. To me, the solution is you don't let these types of add-ons work. And I don't know how easily that is to police at this point, and how entrenched add-ons currently are into the gameplay. But I would personally rather the baseline UI have some of the more kind of like staple add-ons that are most popular baked into the baseline UI. So you don't need to go to third-party site. You don't need to know how to set them up. That's all adjustable with the in-game client. It's not some type of hidden mystery that you need to know about. So like for me in PvP, updating the enemy arena frames like Gladius and kind of getting the DR tracker a little bit more clean and showing different diminishing return icons and just making more information on the screen available with the baseline game would go a long way to, bringing a new player in. Because it's like, hey, you want to come play the game, play World of Warcraft with me? It's like, okay, well now you go here, download this like third party thing, and then click and download all these, and then we'll go run through the settings for you to be able to turn these all on properly so that you can then go in and be able to play the game at the same level as everybody else is. So to me, it just seems like an entirely level of layers that just is like unnecessary, and it's obviously creating problems even internally, considering they have to design the fights to consider them. This dynamic, which Hazzikostas described as an arms race, has led to a situation where encounters often feel overwhelming for players not using add-ons. And so we see the problem. This is a really cool picture from the raid. It actually looks like a sick fight. Breaking the cycle. Blizzard's solution is to gradually limit add-on functionality in raids. Interesting. And improve in-game tools to provide cleared queues and better accessibility. That is the winning sentence of the entire interview. I feel like out of any interview we've seen in a long time, that is a huge one right there. So they're going to slowly limit functionality and improve gameplay tools. Obviously, maybe this is something you can't just do all at once. Like if you turned off all the add-ons and you didn't update the baseline UI, then things would be kind of rough. But doing it, a gradual disarmament of add-ons. Ian noted that add-ons sometimes undermine the core gameplay experience, leaving players disconnected from encounters' intended design. Same thing goes in PvP, right? Like you got a weak aura, it's like the Ret Paladin pops Avenging Wrath. There's a giant box in the middle of your screen, as opposed to like noticing the character's animations and wings sprouting out from them, or maybe some audio cues that come from that spell's ability. That used to be a part of playing the game. Now everybody just plays with whack-a-mole pop-ups that just give you giant squares in the middle of your screen, so you can know that that ability has been active. And to be fair, the baseline animations of the characters could be a lot clearer so that you're not just getting unicorn vomit of 20 different animations going off. So you don't really understand what is the core thing that you're trying to pay attention to. So again, you're updating the baseline UI, updating the baseline game so that these things are clearer without add-ons, I think is more than worth it as far as an endeavor in order to try and get new players. Now, a player might say this was a boring encounter because I was doing my DPS rotation for 3 minutes, except for the one time my mod told me to do something. That may make us add a new mechanic, which in turn can make the encounter feel complex or overwhelming for someone who isn't using those add-ons. By clawing back some of the automation and decision-making provided by these add-ons, Blizzard hopes to create a more engaging experience that doesn't require third-party tools to fully enjoy. Liberation of Undermine, a testing ground, the upcoming patch 11.1 raid may serve as a proving ground for this philosophy. The raid promises innovative mechanics tied to its underground setting, including environmental interactions like slippy floors and fights integrated into the lore-rich Grand Casino of the Undermine. So I feel like this is bringing a lot of excitement to the patch. I feel like goblins, they kind of went I came out of left field, like what's going on with the goblin patch after we're in Ashkahet, but this change to add-on functionality and this gradual limit, I'm really keeping my eyes on this because this has been a main topic point, easily a top 3, top 5 main pain point for why players say that they don't really want to deal with retail World of Warcraft. It's too much to handle with the overwhelming amount of add-ons that they feel are required. But I do also think that this means that if the add-ons aren't completely removed, that this raid is probably going to be a lot easier than previous tiers for the same reasons that we just described, right? They have to make it more complicated to account for the add-on, but now they're not going to do that. So this could be, and we'll get to see it play out, does the difficulty of the raid also determine participation? Because we are seeing participation, I believe, for this raid tier trending downward relative to other raid tiers, which were considered to be easier. So I'm very curious to see how all of this data plays out, what direction it goes in. If it means that they're going to incorporate it for PvP, I really hope that they're going to incorporate it for PvP. Hopefully we're still relevant enough that they will, because I think that it's a huge thing. And I'm tired of the gameplay with giant bricks showing up in the middle of the screen for people to be like, oh, I guess I need to use my bark skin now, as opposed to actually looking at the game and playing it the way that it used to be. So I'm definitely on the camp of turning the add-ons off and making the baseline UI incorporate things that, the most popular add-ons, really demand the player of, so that they can just customize it themselves in the game with no third-party resource. Now, the hidden pet that I want to be talking about here, this little guy right here. You guys see this little panda guy looking thing? Yeah, so this came out on China Realms, and it's the first teleportation service companion pet. So they released the Brutosaur. That bad boy printed, I can't remember what it was. It was I think it was millions of dollars. They're coming with a pet that could teleport you. And it's released on I think China's Realms, and it's possible that it's going to be coming to NA and EU. So meet Zhao Lioi, World of Warcraft's first companion pet with the ability to teleport players, taking them to any Mists of Pandaria dungeon or raid, revealed by NetEase to soon be available in China for around 16 USD. We've discovered independent evidence suggesting it may be heading to North American, European, and other regions as well. So it's not guaranteed, and we have seen other things go to China's Realms, like being able to buy the Spectral Tiger and be able to make it fly, and that hasn't been available in North America and Europe. But this is something where I could see, it's teleporting you to zones that are old. So if you want to farm transmogs, farm the Shaw of Fear, Shaw of Anger, we want to be farming tusks, you'll be able to do that if you didn't already from the time walking. So to me, this could easily be a way for them to bring this to North America and Europe. I could definitely see it. They had a commercial for it if you want to be checking it out. But the pet was revealed for Chinese audiences earlier today by NetEase. So this is also another thing, is I feel like NetEase is doing a lot of stuff independent of Blizzard, though. And that's why whenever NetEase is making a decision, we don't see that in EU and NA. So maybe it's not. Detailing its features and price tags, though, of all the places the pet could teleport players to, Mists of Pandaria dungeons and raids is an interesting choice. Undoubtedly still a popular expansion, it's difficult to imagine a high demand for getting around the zone quickly, especially after the Mists of Pandaria remix, is fair criticism. Well, it may have been exceptionally useful feature in the upcoming Mists of Pandaria Classic. The pet is specifically only available for retail. So don't feel like you need to buy this if you're excited about Classic Mop. Nevertheless, Zhao is notable for being the first companion pet in World of Warcraft history to offer teleportation servers. services, joining a very short list of providing pets, including Lil Ragnaros, Alvin the Anvil, and Gilded Herald and Argent Squire. So again, this is them treading the water, I think, but it seems to be more motivated. Although it seems like they've got leaks possibly for, in the code to possibly be available in the West. It looks like it might be marked up to even $25 from the West if it is. And he looks like a little. This is called something, and I don't know what it is because I'm not Zootopia. Somebody knows what this animal actually is. Let me know in the comments down below. But it's like a cross between a panda and a raccoon, to me at least, when I'm observing it here. But it could be coming. Teleporting pets for farming transmog. Another test of some microtransactions on the store. I'm sure that after they saw the profit margins on the Brutosaur, that they are probably frothing at the mouth to try and come up with some more things that they can put in there to be making bank, because that thing made bank. But other than that, that's it for the update. Hope you guys enjoyed this collection of news, and I will see you in the next one.